any real AO that's actually loaded real ordnance on real planes on a ship would say that I am definitely not a real AO. But a whole bunch of sauna buoys.
What's your guys saying? I remember seeing shirts like "If you ain't ordnance, you ain't shit" or something like that.
Ayoyas, yeah.
Say that again.
Ayoyas.
Ayoya. All right. Do you have any shirts that say that still?
I don't think so.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the Take It Outside podcast. I'm your host, Sam Mackey. My co-host, Smoking Jay Cutler's in a hot tub in Puerto Rico right now, just living. But today, we have my dear friend on, Chris Kerr. Thanks, brother. I appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, appreciate you having me.
So, a little background on Chris. We were in the SEAL teams together, known each other about 20 years. He just recently retired and now is working for FireIce, which is a nonprofit that supplies saunas and cold plunges to veterans. So, he was nice enough to drive down and we installed a sauna and cold plunge today at my house, and we're lifting and shifting that to Kentucky. That way it's there for the Gold Star Wives when we do our Gold Star Wives hunt. So I appreciate all that.
Yeah.
Welcome. Thanks for being on.
Man.
So, I just curious. I want to know, I'm sure I asked this question a long time ago, maybe like 2008 or so. But where'd you grow up?
So grew up in Indiana, a little town called Valparaiso.
How far is that from Santa Claus?
Pretty far.
Really? Jay's from Santa Claus. That's the only reason I asked.
No, I actually don't know how far it is.
Okay. Whereabouts in the state is that?
It's just like northern Indiana.
Okay.
So
gotcha.
about an hour and a half from Chicago, actually.
All right. What was life? It was a farm neighborhood?
No, we grew up in a real large neighborhood, had a man-made lake, but a fairly large lake. So
right.
Definitely spent a lot of my time growing up living free within the actual, subdivision and whatnot.
How big was the lake? People take boats on it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, really?
Boats, houses,
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, pretty big lake.
Oh, that's fun.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have a boat when you were a kid?
No, but my good friend did. So I would go on that as much as possible.
My grandpa had a lake, and I think it's about 8 acres, and he bought me a little John boat and a trolling motor when I was, 6th grade, and I thought it was the coolest thing in the world.
Yeah.
I'd just fish all day out there with my buddy Kyle. But
yeah, definitely enjoy some boating for sure.
You play any sports as a kid?
Yeah, played some soccer. Did a little basketball in elementary school.
I remember your soccer skills now.
Yeah.
What the hell's the name of the game that we always play that everyone got hurt? It's like
Gator ball?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. People are still playing it for sure.
And that's a mixture, for those of you who don't know what Gator ball is, it's a mixture between like ultimate frisbee and football.
Yes. Yeah, soccer, using your feet and your hands, and pretty fun. Gets a little rowdy.
No, was Gator ball with soccer balls or footballs?
Soccer balls.
Okay, so that's the one you play with 2 soccer balls. What's the one we played with one football? Do you remember the name of that?
Ultimate football?
It was like ultimate frisbee with football.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah. So ultimate
Speedball.
football.
Speedball.
That
Yeah,
was
that's
it.
right.
Shit, I've been trying to think of the name of that for a long time. A lot of MCLs and missed deployments because of that fucking game. When did you decide you wanted to be a SEAL?
Probably, funny enough, me and my good friend that I said had the boat when we were younger, him and I actually watched Navy SEALs.
Oh, that's why I joined.
That was the day that I decided that's what I wanted to do.
Interrupt. I feel like that's every SEAL you've had on this podcast, that they give that same answer.
It's our generation. I don't know what got the kids in now. Probably our charm and good looks of seeing us on TV. Fuck, I don't know, Ben. But that's what got me in.
It's like comical how much it's that answer.
Yeah. I mean, it obviously wasn't a reality at the time, but like for me,
it was to me.
To me, it was like that's what I'm doing. So anytime we played Nerf guns or anything, that's what I was.
How old were you when you saw the movie?
I think I was 11.
I feel like I was like in 5th or 6th
actually
grade.
13 maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. How old are you when you're 11? What grade are you? How old are you when you're 11? That's a horrible question. What grade are you in when you're 11?
Like
question. 6th grade, maybe? 5th grade?
Yeah.
What grade is your youngest in?
7th.
Okay, so about 6th grade or so. Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense. Yeah, I knew I wanted to be a Navy SEAL. I think I remember it was like in the 4th grade.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was because of the movie Navy SEALs with Charlie Sheen as well. Yeah. So when did becoming a Navy SEAL kind of become a little bit of a reasonable life choice for you?
Honestly, for me, as soon as I got to high school, I mean,
Really?
that was I knew 100% that's what I was going to go do. I had a lot of coaches tell me I wasn't going to make it.
Yeah.
Which
your coaches in high school,
football coaches, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They just straight up said, "Chris, you're not going to make it."
They're like, yeah, I can't remember exactly what they said, but yeah,
as
I remembered as I was graduating,
as if they knew everything about the program.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So what I'm picturing, you're a small town in Indiana, like very patriotic. A lot of kids joined the military at that point in time. What year was it?
2001, I graduated. Okay. So I don't really remember a whole lot of anything as far as recruitment or other guys. Yeah.
So what'd you do? Did you just walk down the recruiter and tell them I want to be a SEAL?
Yeah, I stopped into the recruiter several times, I think, without even telling my parents, just to kind of, because I was excited, and I wanted to see what the process was and what all I had to do, and that's kind of what kept going.
Time of year in 2001?
I joined September 26th.
Oh, really?
Right after 9/11.
Fuck me.
Yeah.
So you go into the recruiter, you go in multiple times, and you finally made a decision, hey, I'm going to go. What did they tell you? What A school did they tell you to go to, all of that? Yeah,
well, this is kind of where I got derailed in my dream. So I'm a guy that like 100% will crush something if somebody tells me, hey, you have to do good on this. Right?
Yeah.
Well, if someone would have just said, hey, you have to score a certain thing on the ASVAB.
Yeah.
I would have studied my ass off and 100% gotten a really good score.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I just took the thing at the time, which was I think earlier on in the process, and they didn't let me know. They knew I wanted to be a SEAL, and they never let me know that like, hey, your score's not there. Anyway, it turned out it kind of happened last minute, so I ended up going to aviation ordnance school in Pensacola, I think it was.
So you get to you get through boot camp, you get to A school. Did you do the BUDS contract or whatever it was, SEAL SWIC contract?
No, there was a couple of times I tried to go to the pool to get a workout.
Yeah. During boot camp.
Yeah, I think I asked RDCs if I could because that's what my plan was.
Yeah.
But because I didn't have a contract, like it didn't really work out at all at the time.
So did your recruiter just tell you like, hey, go and take the test at boot camp and then you'll probably be able to go to BUDS or something of that nature?
I don't remember really clear what happened. I just knew when I showed up at boot camp I didn't have a contract, and I was like, what do I have to do? They're like, well, you're going to have to do 18 months at a command after A school. Then you can submit to go to special programs. And I was like, okay. So that's what I ended up doing. And honestly, it was a total blessing in disguise that all happened.
Why is that?
Got to travel really cool places, was never on a boat. So got to, I went to Oman, which was a great trip.
So you go to A school in Pensacola, is that what you said?
Yep.
And then where did you get stationed after that?
Woodby Island in Washington State.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Which
was also a really cool experience. Like,
really?
First time I rented a house with friends. We were right on the water, and it was cool.
Whidbey Island, is that down? Where's that at? Is that like by Bangor?
A couple hours from.
Is there a base called Bangor
Seattle.
down there? Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. My dad was stationed up there my senior year in high school on a Coast Guard ship, downtown Seattle, like right by Pike's Place. That's where his boat was. But we lived on Bainbridge Island, which is a ferry ride away. So we had to take a ferry to work every day. But I don't know. I'm sure I went to Whidbey Island, but I don't really remember. But I do remember I would go work out at Bangor, which is a sub base, I believe. It wasn't too far from our house. And I saw a bunch of guys walk in the gym, and they just looked different. And I'm like, man, these guys have to be SEALs. And I was in high school, like waiting to go to boot camp. And then, so I just walked up to them like, hey, man, like, are you guys SEALs? And then like 4 of the guys said no and walked away. Then one guy's like, yeah, we are. What's up? And answered my stupid questions. I forget what they were. But that was the first SEAL I ever met, I believe. So you're up there. You're not on a ship, so you're just stationed at a base doing aviation mechanics stuff?
Yeah, aviation ordnance stuff.
Oh, so you're an AO.
Yeah, not any real AO that's actually loaded real ordnance on real planes on a ship would say that I am definitely not a real AO. But a whole bunch of sauna buoys.
What's your guys saying? I remember seeing shirts like "If you ain't ordnance, you ain't shit" or something like that.
Ayoyas, yeah.
Say that again.
Ayoyas.
Ayoya. All right. Do you have any shirts that say that still?
I don't think so.
Yeah. All right. So you're in the fleet. How'd you get to buds?
18 months at P3 Squadron called BP1, Screaming Eagles, which is P3 Squadron, and did my 18 months, submitted my package, retook the ASVAB, scored just fine.
Yeah.
And was on my way in 2004.
Okay. What buds class were you in?
I started in 253.
Okay.
And then had an unfortunate accident after Hell Week where I fell from the slide for life.
Oh!
And broke my heel. And
from the top?
Yep.
So the slide for life is an obstacle on the obstacle course. And how many stories do you think the top is? Take a stab in the
At
dark.
least three.
I was going to say 3
maybe.
or 4.
Yeah.
And there's a single rope that's at the top at an angle going down to the sand out in front of you, which should, I don't know, how long is it? 100-yard rope-ish?
Yeah,
and you lay on it and you slide down, right? And it's called the slide for life because people lawn dart off that thing and in careers real quick. I think they put a net under it, I heard.
Oh, really? Yeah, I know a couple guys did. Yeah.
So you broke your heel. You went to brown shirt rollback land for a while.
Yep, 6 months.
6. So you got a couple class
6 months,
rolls.
yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
So did you have to have surgery or anything?
No, it wasn't a full break. It was like a stress fracture, they said. But
Yeah.
because it was a calcaneus bone, I guess that bone takes forever to heal.
Really?
So like I was getting towards like cut time where they're like, hey man, like if it doesn't come back negative, like
we're gonna
have
in
to
you.
get rid of you. Yeah. And so I had to get a clear scan. I had to do pass my 4-mile time run.
Yeah.
And both things happened, and I was back.
So you had to do that
256.
before they let you class up.
Yep.
And then you classed up during walk week?
Second phase.
Oh, really? Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, I did a little hobbling around on crutches in first phase towards the end.
Yeah.
And eventually, went to rollback.
So did you roll back in week 1, day 1 of second phase?
Yep.
Okay. And then pool comp, the whole 9. And then no issues after that?
Nope.
This podcast was brought to you by Outsider. Check us out at www.outsider.com. Outsider is an outdoor lifestyle brand owned and operated by me, retired Navy SEAL Sam Mackey, and my dear friend and former NFL quarterback Jay Cutler. At Outsider, we encourage everyone to get outside and enjoy all that life has to offer. Head over to outsider.com to check out our unique patent-pending drinkware. Outsider's drinkware can be customized with your personal or business logo. Go to outsider.com, upload your logo, and we will send you visual proofs and great wholesale pricing. And don't forget, get outside and enjoy all that life has to offer.
Nope. Smooth sailing.
What was the worst part of buds for you?
Man, I'll tell you, I no one believes me, but I mean, I was so happy to just be there that I was even having the chance to become a SEAL.
Mm-hmm.
But if I had to pick something, it would probably be when my wife moved in and I was actually living out in town and waking up next to a warm body, having to get up at 4:30 in the morning to drive, knowing I'm about to get wet, cold, and yelled at. That was probably the hardest, honestly.
I can see that. Morning, I'm not the best morning person, and mornings are brutal for me. And I just had a little routine. I think I put my my alarm clock on the benches there, in the barracks room, so I couldn't reach it from my bed. And then my alarm would go off, and I'd just stand up and turn it off and not get back in bed, not look at my bed or anything, and just start my routine right away.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that saved me. But mornings are brutal. I could see that being the worst part. I was trying to think of my worst part of buds, and I think that could be it too. Just the waking up every day sucks, knowing that you're about to go get your shit pushed in.
Once you get moving, it's all good.
20 hours. Yeah.
And you remember just being so sore and rash garden, like all the stuff. So
brutal. What was your favorite part of buds?
Well, besides being there,
I just hope everybody's having fun. Just happy to be here.
That's right. Yeah. When I recognized the culture of the instructors,
okay,
and how you could kind of see them kind of go towards guys that had that same culture already, and you could kind of see like who belonged and who didn't, if it made sense. So I really enjoyed that. And it's kind of weird, but I enjoyed watching people quit.
I loved watching people
like,
quit.
That's ridiculous. Are you just in your head like saying, I literally can't do this.
Yeah, let's peel this back a bit because I got strength from it. Like I took their soul or took their
100%.
strength because I showed up and I didn't look that much different than I do now, just 22 years younger, right? Or 21 years younger. But I looked around and like there's dudes that looked like they belong in men's fitness magazines.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like grown ass man, 28, you know, just shredded. I'm like, oh man, I'm fucked. But then everyone quits. And when those big, strong, fast guys would quit, I just felt like I got stronger.
Mm-hmm.
And I wholeheartedly loved watching the helmet line get longer.
Yeah.
Everyone quits and puts it, they quit. When you quit, you have to ring the bell 3 times and lay your helmet down on the first phase grinder. And I really enjoyed watching that line get longer. But I never. Oh, sorry, we're talking about quitters, which is a waste of time, but we're going to dig into it anyway because they're quitters. Do you think folks just live a lie? Like they're like, hey, I could do this. I want to do it so bad. And then they show up and they were planning on quitting all along? Or like, why do people quit?
I definitely think there's the few that went there to get a change of orders, and that's why some of those guys quit right off the bat, like even in Indoc or.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so they got.
They're just
special
gaming the
program.
Navy system.
Yeah, so they're just taking a spot from somebody that really wanted to go, you know. So I think that was one.
Yeah, if you did that out there, you're a turd.
And then I think secondly, family or external factors for somebody, potentially.
Okay.
And then I think honestly, what it comes down to is like just not passionate about.
Yeah.
Actually what the job is going to entail and don't want to live up to that.
So I agree with all of that, but I also think people think that it's honorable just to try and they know they can't make it. But if you're in good enough shape to show up and you get orders, you're in good enough shape to graduate. I think, so I think guys are just chasing it and lying to themselves for them and hoping they would kind of find like an easy way through or maybe fly under the radar a little bit. I don't know. I could be completely wrong, but that's what I always thought, because why would you go through all that work?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's a year or more worth of work. And for you and me also, sometimes multiple years just to get your foot in the door.
Yeah.
And so it's a massive opportunity and people just squander it. But yeah, I guess we could have to talk to someone who quit and see why they did. Have you ever talked to anybody that quit? Are you friends with anybody that quit?
I did befriend somebody in Buds, and that was actually hard to see him quit because I was like, I couldn't understand why he was doing it, and he was kind of my buddy going through the beginning of Buds, and but that was the only time.
Why didn't you quit?
What's that?
Why didn't you quit?
Me?
Yeah. Why did you not quit? Why didn't you quit?
I just thought it was the coolest thing ever that I was there and had the opportunity to do that job.
Yeah.
Not even really knowing the depth of the job and what I was about to go into. I had an idea, but it was more of a childish idea.
Yeah.
But really for me, it was like, that was the staple, like elite fighting force. I was like, I want to be the best of something, and yeah.
I wish I was able to see the culture that you saw amongst the instructors. I think that would have changed a lot for me. But the reason I didn't quit is just the same. I just thought it was super cool and it wasn't that bad. They feed you and, and every day you don't quit is a day closer to becoming, Navy SEAL and reaching your goal.
Yeah.
So, I guess that's just the way I looked at it. But, looking back now, I do remember some dynamics amongst the instructors that you could see like, hey, these guys are obviously, in I'm going to say a little clique, but they obviously, are friends. And then there's this one, guy outside their cohort and he's probably, now knowing what I know, he's probably a turd, right? I would assume so, but I could be completely wrong. So, make it through Buds and get into SQT. Did you do free fall in SQT?
I did.
Okay. Out of OTI? All right. And then when did you get orders to your SEAL team?
Let's see. It probably would have been 2006.
Did you get them in third phase or in SQT?
I honestly don't remember.
Yeah.
But I do remember them real clear because it was obviously the height of the fighting, and I find out I got orders to the SEAL Delivery Vehicle Team 2.
I remember that.
And I'm like, oh, right, because that was just like what everybody said, right? You didn't do all this diving, all this stuff underwater, and you're not going to be part of the fight. And so I was super devastated at first, but again, one of those good blessings that came across because a lot of good people met there. Just it was a really good foundation.
I remember I deployed in 2008, got home, and you and Nick joined our platoon. And did you have all your shit stolen out of the back of your guys' pickup truck or something like that?
Like gear?
Yeah.
Not me.
You were in Dan Smith's platoon, right?
Mm-hmm.
And with Mike Hall and all those guys, and Eric and I were in the other platoon, your sister platoon. But for some reason, I remember you guys coming from SDV. So
you know what it was probably?
And then
it was the Germany accident.
Germany accident?
Our line haul hit a bridge embankment, and all our gear went flying all over the highway. And it caught fire, because rounds were cooking off. The fire department didn't put it out or go near it. I think that's probably what you're talking about. We all lost a lot of gear.
That might be it.
Yep. Because that's when. Yeah, I'm not sure if that was it.
So then, did they decommission SCV-2? Is that why you came to 8?
Yeah, they disbanded, for a little while.
Yeah,
and
they're up and running again.
Came back. And now STV's got a whole new flavor, Guys are like, oh, I'm going. It's a special program, know? Not like it was when I got orders, but.
It's because the war's over.
That's right.
So you did 1 pump at SCV?
Yep.
And then came to 8. Then we deployed. I went to Baghdad with a group of guys. Where'd you end up on that deployment?
Where did I end up?
Were you in Basra,
I was in Basra.
Or did you go to Afghanistan?
I think I did augment that year.
Okay.
I don't know why. I'm having a mind blank right now.
I remember, probably because you've been hit in the head so many times with explosions. I remember you in Basra with Chris Jewett.
Yep.
And that crew, because I came down there for a month or so, high-fiving some like Molatch or somebody, and then they went up to Baghdad for a month, and then I went back up there.
Yeah.
After that platoon, did we do another platoon together?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think that's the time that I went and tried to go to development group.
Okay, Gotcha. After Team 8, where'd you end up?
Ooh, now you're testing me. Let's see, Team 8. Unfortunately, Dev Group did not work out, and then ended up going to Advanced Training Command, and I was the breaching cell over there.
Okay, gotcha.
And then,
how'd you like that working up there at the schoolhouse?
I thought it was absolutely amazing.
Really?
Yeah.
What'd you like about it?
It was just total man stuff every day, all day.
That's everyone that goes to breacher school. I never went to breacher school. But everyone that I know from the ATC side that works there and instructs, and students that go through, they say the exact same thing.
Yeah, I mean, you got everything from hunting to, I say playing, but I playing with explosives, trying different things. You just had a really good opportunity because you had the things there to do it and come up with unique ideas and TTPs and stuff. So, I loved it.
So, are you guys do house or clear houses and then have breaching problems on the clearance? Is that what you guys do in the kill house?
Yeah, do a bunch of fundamentals on like some static doors.
Yeah.
With all the things and going through procedures, and then there's like a kill house there where you do kind of house runs, and then obviously the breaching problems with.
What's the biggest shot you could do internal there?
Ooh,
do you remember?
I don't, because it wasn't really. I mean, there probably was a limit. But we really never went over like the training.
Yeah, got the door poppers.
Yeah.
What about breaching steel and all of that? Kind of, at Fort Chaffee during land warfare, we'd have a breaching day or days, I forget, and we'd blow all sorts of shit up, like and for example, railroad ties or telephone poles, and see if you can cut it a certain way or have it fall a certain way. Did you guys do a lot of that?
Yeah, there was
explosive theory, I guess it would be called. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. using a lot of the ECT and stuff to
Yeah.
just so the guys can see like how to place it and how thick of stuff it'll go through
Yeah.
based on the grains and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm not sure where Breacher is today, but as I was kind of going through, we started to develop different things and trying to change a little bit of the curriculum for a little more unique things or things that have been discovered throughout the war, or like the guys over at Breaching at Development Group had come up with, or whatever the case might be. So
Did you ever do any breaches in real life?
not me personally,
Yeah, same here. I never did one personally.
other than my foot and like the other things.
Kicking the old donkey kick. Yeah. I think our EOD guy, Chef, I think he breached one door or a gate or something like that. I vaguely remember that.
I remember watching the ISR feed of him yanking someone out of a car.
Dude, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
So there was this VI, it was vehicle interdiction. This one guy we were going after for a while and got a pattern of life on him, and he would stop and like get a taxi at the same corner or someone would pick him up or something like that. Some broad daylight in Baghdad, like rush hour traffic. They go to a VI and pit out the van perfectly. And then Chef runs up to the door and just suplexes this dude out of the van. I remember that. That was some sick ISR footage. I think I just watched that one. I wasn't on that one. But I remember that very well. I mean, it was a great suplex. So after breach of school, what'd you get into?
I ended up picking up Chief and jumped right back to Team 8 and did filled in for a spot. A gentleman had to step out of that position, so I jumped in right during land warfare, which was like a massive platoon chief leadership training, and got fire hose big time. Didn't know anybody's name barely. Definitely didn't know their call signs. So like I was just like getting fire hose, trying to figure it all out. And but that's where I took over that platoon. And
was Matt Foreman your troop chief?
Yeah.
Okay. What a dude! You had a good group of guys, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. This one, with Tex and
most of those guys are still in, so I'm not gonna say their names, but you had a real good group of guys.
Yeah, it was a great platoon. Both platoon chiefs I did.
Okay, so you reloaded and did another one. Okay.
Yeah, because one, I wanted to get a full go.
Yeah. I don't blame you.
And like that first one, like I knew I could do better, and got blessed again with a bunch of great dudes, which I wish I could say their name, but yeah, it was real good stuff.
I did my platoon chief, then was at group 2, then they needed to fill a spot, and it was very similar. Halfway through ULT, and I jumped in, and it had its challenges for sure, man. Like learning the platoon dynamics, because they had let go of their chief and their LPO. So there was like a 2 or 3 platooner acting as a platoon chief, and then he ended up just being my LPO. But that's very challenging, walking into a group of human beings of that caliber and then leading them like from the start
100%.
Without having the, going through the full cycle and learning your guys and pro dev, and then, slow ramping up into ULT and all of that.
Yeah, definitely.
How'd you go about it? How'd you build the unit cohesion or platoon cohesion?
Well, the main thing I focused on was not coming in super humble. Right?
Yeah.
Like just humility, listen to what everybody had liked, didn't want to change that. Basically just those were basically my words is, hey, I'm not here to change things that are working, right?
Yeah.
But if I see things that we can be more efficient with or better at, or those kinds of things, then we'll adjust. But not blowing smoke up their ass, just like, hey, this is my first time, guys.
Yeah.
Just being honest up front and empowering them to help me.
Yeah.
Right. Because that's what leaders should do, is ask when they need it.
Which was your favorite platoon that you did and why?
I mean, I'd probably have to go with my SDV tour, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Why is that?
The guys were just really, really close. It was my first platoon. So, like, of course, no platoon after that was going to be as good.
Yeah.
And it naturally was.
Yeah.
But I still in contact with pretty much the whole platoon.
Yeah.
And we just had everybody was there with the drama, like we're all at STVs. Oh my God.
Yeah.
And we just got really close, and all of our training and stuff was kind of farmed out. It wasn't like we had the training command. So a lot of unique experiences, trips together. Yeah, we just were a tight-knit group, man. Yeah.
Whether you're trekking in the backcountry, bird hunting, or just chasing squirrels in the backyard, your dog needs fuel that can keep up with the adventure. And that's where Montana Dog Food comes in. Born in the heart of Big Sky Country, this isn't just dog food. It's adventure-grade nutrition. Crafted with responsibly sourced ingredients from the Western U.S. and freeze-dried to lock in every ounce of goodness, Montana Dog Food Company delivers clean, powerful fuel for your pup's wild side. No shortcuts, no synthetic junk, just premium, nutrition-packed meals and treats designed to support strong muscles, healthy joints, and endless energy, whether you're trekking trails or snuggling by the fire. So give your dog the food that fuels their adventurous spirit. Go to montanadogfoodco.com and feed your dog the best. What was it like showing up on day one for you to the SEAL team?
It's hard to remember. Yeah. I think the biggest thing that stuck out for me was I walked in and saw Danny Dietz's photo.
Yeah.
Because basically went into his platoon space.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like pretty much right after.
Yeah.
So, yeah. That's what I actually remember the most.
That has to be a hard reset.
Yeah.
Yeah. My favorite platoon was the platoon when you were in my sister platoon. And I feel like we had a good thing going that run. I mean, we partied hard, we worked really hard, and I feel like everyone got along for the like in the whole troop.
There was a couple oddies.
Yeah, of course, right. You're James Masons of the crowd. But I mean, I remember going to Chaffee and someone, I don't even know if we were text messaging at that time, but someone's like, "Hey, let's go to wherever." And we show up and the whole troop is there. I mean, I feel like, and remember Dante's in Key West? The whole troop, like every trip we went on, the whole troop would show up to party. Yep. And I believe a lot of your platoon is built in the bar. And when I stepped into that position as platoon chief with guys that were halfway through ULT, that's the first thing I did was like, hey, we all need to go link up and have a drink together. That way you really get to know your guys after a couple drinks, they start being more honest and maybe, saying things that they wouldn't say in a formal setting, and you can really break some barriers and get to know them. And so that's the approach that I went with. And then showing up and just, you have to prove yourself to them too.
100%.
Yeah. And so, if you come up with a shitty plan or your tactical acumen's not where it needs to be, they're going to eat you alive. Right. And then someone else will come in. So I just wanted to build those relationships and did that by just hanging out with the guys, having a couple beers. And then I'm like, okay, now I need to just shut up and prove that I'm worthy of this position and to be their leader. And it ended up working out pretty well for me. I'm still friends with, a good group of those guys. But to your point, my best friends are from that first platoon. Yeah. So you finished your second platoon chief. Did you walk right into a troop chief or did you go to a training command?
Ended up actually, I ended up going over to group.
Okay. What'd you do at group?
I was the N37 training, like developed Trident.
Gotcha. Oh,
so, I'm sorry for those that know what I'm talking about.
How is that?
Miserable. It was actually probably the worst job.
Are they still doing that exercise?
It's super dulled down now.
Okay.
But like my vision was make it as real as possible.
Yeah.
Every outstation, like all the things. And
I remember seeing you at group 2 when you took that over.
Just it was for a while there. It was only like me and one other civilian that was basically doing ops intel fusion.
Yeah.
And then had a few other civilians in there, but it was only a handful of us, maybe 6 of us, and we were in charge of this gigantic exercise. And it was tough.
I mean, talk about a shit sandwich.
Yeah.
That's
because no matter how hard you try to make it as perfect and realistic as possible, again, guys will just eat it apart.
I remember. I think I only did one of them, maybe two of those trident exercises. But I remember they churched it up and like, oh, it's this huge exercise. We're going. I forget where we went. Maybe somewhere in Mississippi or something like that. And lived in tents for a week. Didn't do anything. I mean, we were just going to a sniper range and shooting all day. And then I think we set up a mortar range. We're just running our own training till it was time for like the big mission.
Yeah.
And then I think we hit like a Connex box out in the middle of nowhere. Like, what are we doing? Like, you don't have a hospital or a massive building.
Yeah.
But then the following time I went through it got a little better, and we did have some big buildings to hit. But I don't know if you were working this one. I pissed everybody off because we had a couple Ospreys fly in, and they wanted us, and they just left
You
them
were with
hot.
Sully, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I was standing right next to you. And Sully just came from doing some work. So he knew everything real well. And how things functioned over there. And I just hear him rattling it off like with full passion, like this doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
which it didn't.
And
but like it's not your guys' job as tacticians to worry about who's involved in the exercise and stuff. And
someone was trying to be like, hey, you have to use the helos. I'm like, there's no way. It doesn't make sense. And then and it got pushed, and I just didn't do it. And then we got back, and I see the helos flying off, and like, oh man, they were standing here hot, like spinning, ready to go for the last 5 hours, and you never used them. I'm like, well, that's not my problem. I wouldn't use them in real life. I'm not doing it now. But I remember I pissed a bunch of people off. But shocker there. So then, where'd you do your troop chief? At 8?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Back to 8.
Back to troop 1. And
how was a troop chief? I never did one.
I enjoyed it because I had those 2 platoon chiefs under my belt, and it was cool to kind of see my platoon chiefs go through the process of sort of, they obviously know their stuff, but they're learning in that leadership position, and like, are we bros, or am I your leader? Or are we on the line? So it was cool to see them develop. Naturally, they question their leadership and my leadership style, and I'm sure there's a ton of stuff I could have done better. But yeah, I really enjoyed it, man. I had 3 strong personalities in there.
Yeah. So you were in one troop, a super troop, huh?
Yeah.
So you had 3 platoons underneath you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was really good, man, and everybody functioned really well. It's enjoyable.
How do you feel about being friends with subordinates?
I think if, like you said, like you've proven yourself as a tactician and as a leader, like I think that is 100% possible. But as long as they respect you, then when you lay it down and say, no, then this is how it is, they don't argue.
Yeah.
So if that's there, then all day.
I was having this conversation with a buddy last week, and the whole, you hear it tons of times, well, I'm your boss, I'm not your friend, right? And then you have a group of guys that you naturally gravitate to. Maybe it's their personality and a mix between their personality and their performance, right? And then you have outliers that you don't get along with as well. But typically those outliers are the sub-performers, right? Because they're kind of outcasted by everyone else in the platoon, and there'll always be 1 or 2 of them. They kind of run together. And if they do some soul search, they know why they're not like part of the club, if you will, right? So I began to think, I'm like, maybe we, like in some way, not like have you over for dinner and drink beers all the time every weekend together, but in some way, maybe it's good, or it is good, to have your subordinates be on the friend level as you, because that means they respect your performance, you respect theirs, personalities, go together. And in that arena, in the SEAL platoon, everyone's so much alike, it's easy to get along with everyone for the most part. You can find common ground anywhere. Yeah. So it's like these people that you're not friends with, you're not friends with them just because you're their boss. You're not friends with them because they're subpar performers and their personality is a little off and they haven't found a way to fit in yet, and they're maybe socially awkward or something like that. And I'm not asking everyone to be, friendly and, extrovert, but our work also forces you or requires you to be, a Swiss Army knife. You got to be able to, go to dinner with guys at the embassy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you have to be able to be a complete savage the next day, and then also, congratulate someone when they have a new kid and have your,
Right.
set up a meal train for them,
Mm-hmm.
right? So it's not, you don't just have one job.
Right.
So I've been thinking about that lately or in the last week, and I think maybe we have it a little skewed. What do you think of that?
Yeah, I think that I think there's probably positions outside of the troop
Yeah.
that has to be a requirement in some fashion.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, like, I mean, our culture and our community, I mean, we call ourselves brothers for a reason,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like, you can't tell me I'm not friends with people that I'm concerned about their human factors
Yeah.
and like what's going on in their family,
Mm-hmm.
and that, could potentially lose their life
Yeah.
on a call I make,
Mm-hmm.
or
Yeah.
whatever. But like, you can't say that's not your friend.
Yeah.
But I think as long as it's mutually understood, like when I lay it down,
Yeah.
like that's how it is. Don't argue.
Mhm.
And when I have to make a tough call, like if it's like, hey, we're really close and like I care a lot about you, but I need to cut you from this platoon.
Yeah.
Like, no hard feelings, dude. But
Yeah.
that's just the way it is.
Mhm. And I don't think anyone with their salt or a team guy with their salt, they know when those calls are coming down, and they know like what calls you can question and what calls you can't,
Yeah.
right? Or I'm going to say what rules you can break, because I think rules are just meant to be broken. And for example, if you just give them intent but not finite detail,
Yeah.
then it's on them,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
But if the guy just straight up just argues with you over the radio, obviously he doesn't respect you or your authority, and conversation needs to be had, right? And hopefully someone else whoops his ass before you even have to.
Yeah.
But I agree with that. So you finished your troop chief, and did you deploy as a troop chief? Because I know there were at some point in time there, like there were.
I did. My unfortunately, my troop commander couldn't deploy, so I ended up going with the guys to their spot, and I'm sure they were stoked about that. But yeah, so filled in actually for Steve-O,
Okay.
sort of doing the ops master chief
Yeah.
job, while simultaneously kind of doing the troop thing.
Yeah.
But for the most part, the guys.
Or maybe
Crushed
was
it.
it CMCs that were blue and golden, like the ops CMC and the team CMC?
Some groups did.
Yeah.
Something came up where Steve-O couldn't
Okay,
go,
gotcha.
so went out there and did that.
And then after your troop chief, did you step right into ops? Or-
Nope. Ended up going to cover down on advanced training over at TradeEt,
Okay.
and ran the air cell and did the lead climber and stuff. And
Were we there at the same time?
I don't think so,
Okay.
or maybe just missed. I
Yeah.
don't know.
And then you went and to Logsu to do your CMC?
So while I was at TradeEt, I got a call from Group Master Chief, and he was like, "Hey man, I need you to fill the CMC over at Logsu." And I was like, "Well, I just made 9, and I haven't been to the Cobb course." He's like, "Don't worry about it. We'll take care of it." So next thing you know, I'm on a VTC with the Mag 9 and just
Got the
going through it. Yeah, and went to the school, and here I am.
Yeah. Did you retire out of there?
I did, yeah.
Okay. So what were you there 2-3 years?
2 years, yeah,
Okay.
a little over.
And did you hit your high 3 for E9?
Just shy,
Okay,
shy, yeah,
yeah.
a couple months.
I didn't even hit my high 3 for E8.
Yeah,
I think I retired maybe like a year and a half after I made E8, or after I got
Okay.
paid for it,
uh-huh.
But I mean, the difference between E7 and E9 at 20 years, I think in your retirement, I think it's just a couple $100. And then I was butting up against 20 years, so that's why I didn't want to go do a troop chief.
Yeah.
And then stay in then
Yeah.
I'd be in for 24.
Yeah.
How many years did you do altogether?
23.
23. Damn, man. 23 years. Master Chief in the SEAL teams. Chris motherfucking Kerr. All right. So you just retired.
Yep.
When October?
End of September. First day out was October 1st.
Nice. So you've been out just a couple months now.
Mm-hmm.
How you feeling?
Pretty good.
Do you still feel like you're in a little bit? Like you're going to get in trouble if you do something?
Maybe a little bit. There's definitely things where I'm like, why am I worried about that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you realize no one gives a fuck where you're at, and it's
yeah,
glorious.
Yeah. There's definitely like I miss it, but don't miss it is like the constant calls from everybody. And
What do you
their
miss
brother.
about it?
Getting the calls?
Yeah, or no, just what do you miss about it? Like the SEAL teams. What do you mean get a call? Maybe I misunderstood.
Oh no, just when I get off work, get home, I
Yeah.
get like 5-6 calls from random other different people
yeah.
asking questions or problem solving, like or
Yep.
someone got arrested or this or that, So I enjoyed them because I like to problem solve.
Yeah.
But also like I'm home. I just want to like be with my family and chill.
Yeah. What's your favorite part about being out?
Probably the time with my kids before they move out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How old are your kids now?
What's that?
How old are your kids now?
17, 15, and 13.
All right. 17-year-old, is he a junior or a senior?
Junior.
Junior?
Yeah.
Going to college, or what's he going to do afterwards?
He wants to do a trade when he gets out.
Okay,
and then,
nice.
just for like first year or so,
Yeah.
and then I think he's planning to give it a shot, man.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh boy. How do you feel about that?
I'm excited. I just
Yeah.
want to make sure that he knows for sure that's what he wants.
Yeah. Well, did you know for sure that's what
Hell
you
yeah.
wanted? So did I.
I mean, probably not. Well, no, I did.
I just didn't know what it entailed.
Yeah.
Like I wanted to be a Navy SEAL, and I had no clue what a Navy SEAL was, really. I mean, obviously, I knew what everyone else knew, but I didn't know it was going to be as powerful as it was.
Yeah.
You think back, and how many folks have like a friend, just one, that you can call and ask like anything, and they will help you out, and they won't judge you,
Right.
or anything. Like
Yeah.
a lot of people don't even have that friend,
Mhm.
and shit, I bet you got at least 5 of them.
Yeah.
And so I think I'm the most thankful for the relationships that the personal relationships that I made in the SEAL teams, right?
Yeah.
And then the life experience it gave me, and the travel, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I feel like I've been everywhere.
Yeah.
And I could build an instant rapport with people, find some sort of common ground really quick, and start a conversation. And without having the life experiences that I've had and you have had, it'd be harder to do. I just don't know what I would have done if I didn't do that.
Yeah.
Did you have a plan B, or like did you say like, oh, if the SEAL teams doesn't work out, I'll go to college, I'll do X, Y, or Z?
No.
Me neither.
No.
Absolutely fucking not.
No.
So you just retired. Tell us about FireIce. How'd you get involved in that?
All right. So, yeah. So Derek Gordon, the CEO, him and I grew up in basically the same neighborhood.
Really?
Yeah, like 10 minutes apart.
Did you know each other?
No, not
Okay.
until he ran into my sister at church one day, saw she had a SEAL sweatshirt on.
Yeah.
And he was like, hey, where'd you get a sweatshirt? And she's like, my brother's a SEAL. So I got his number, ended up after SQT going to his house, getting him all motivated, showing him videos from SQT, like kind of giving him some info that he didn't have. And, and then fast forward, he, goes, makes it. And we fast forwarded years, like really didn't hang out on the regular or anything. And, strangely enough, like we kind of reconnected now. And I feel like I've known him forever.
Yeah.
So we got a unique relationship there. And, so when Mike Day passed away, him and Josh Cox, and I'm not sure who else was all there. I wasn't there personally, but they had a rough morning. So Josh's like, hey, go hit your plunge, and you'll feel better. He'll be more awake. So he went and did that, and then I guess all the other team guys were like, oh, well, we got to do it now too. You did it, know, and it kind of turned into this like, fellowship piece where the light bulb went out for them, and lo and behold, Derek's like, hey man, I want you to be our COO. So him and Josh are the founders, and jumped on board, and naturally I was nervous because it's a nonprofit, and I just got out of the Navy, like I got no job, like I need money. So took a little risk there, kind of saying yes and going full tilt into trying to make this thing as good as possible to reach as many of the guys as possible. But that's kind of where it developed. And so we started in 2024, kind of kicked it off and just trying to figure things out and raise money because at the end of the day, that's what it takes. But that's how it kicked off.
So what are you guys doing now?
So right now we're really focused on getting money, right? And I hate to even say that, but
Yep.
that's just the reality of the situation.
Mhm.
Is we need big size donors,
Mhm.
and raise funds, because at the end of the day, that's what gets the
Mhm.
things we need to get to the guys, to give them these modalities that
Mhm.
help them out. So
So you guys, I just want to make sure I have this correct. Your guys' mission is to provide veterans and Gold Star wives with cold plunges and hot tubs based off the result that you've seen from cold plunging in hot tubs in the past and what it has done, obviously what it did for the boys, when Mike Day passed.
yeah, so our primary program is the direct install of the saunas and cold plunges
Yeah.
into the homes of special operations veterans,
Mm-hmm.
and Gold Star wives and all their families. And then we also have a program called FireIce Funding, where
Mm-hmm.
if somebody's got the money and they want to buy like this really Gucci setup, but they
Mm-hmm.
want just a little bit of help, we can help to a certain extent on that.
Okay.
And then we also have FireIce Frontier, where we're looking to get donors out to an event like a wellness retreat, if you will,
Yep.
and let them kind of touch the magic with like cold tub saunas, but
Mm-hmm.
be able to do it with the very veterans that are going to receive the sauna and cold plunges
Mm-hmm.
that their money purchased, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we're working on that, for hopefully we can get one done this year.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, really, really focused on the 320 people that have requested these services,
Mm-hmm.
which, like I said, we're at like $3.6 million needed
Mm-hmm.
just to do that.
Yeah.
Um, and that transformed my thought process on, it's gonna take a while until we get an army of help on the staff to install for all these guys. It's
Yeah.
gonna take quite some time to get to number 300
Yeah.
as is. So just like we put in the sauna and cold tub just today,
Mm-hmm.
for the Gold Star wives or any team guys that come through here can use it.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, man, we got to do more of that. So we're slowly starting to put the modalities at places where veterans
Mm-hmm.
constantly circulate. So we're trying to touch as many people as we can, as fast as we can.
Yep.
And I'll tell you, if we get the money we need,
Mm-hmm.
that'll be every day of my life, two
Really?
a day if I have to. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I was just looking up some, of course I knew the service level benefits of cold plunging and sitting in a sauna, but a study showed that doing a sauna for 20 minutes 4 times a week can lower your
Risk.
increase or decrease your chance of a heart attack by 63%. And I just butchered that. But
Yeah.
so 4 20-minute sessions lower my chance of a heart attack by 63%.
Yeah.
Kind of sounds like a no-brainer,
Yeah.
right?
100%.
And then blood pressure lowers your risk for dementia and Alzheimer's,
Mm-hmm.
which I did not know about, and I'm deathly afraid of dementia and Alzheimer's. That's what ended up taking my grandpa's life, and I'm feeling I inherited that gene, and that's what's going to happen to me. But recovery for sore muscles, obviously, joint pain, improves your breathing if you have asthma or COPD, which I did not know. That's in your lung function altogether, and to have healthier skin, stress reduction, obviously, and it helps excrete toxins and heavy metals out of your blood. I didn't know that either. But all this is a sauna. So I sauna today after you installed it, and I feel great right now. I feel like I'm not going to have a heart attack or anything like that. And I feel like my metabolism is boosted. Cold plunge is something that I have not done much of besides
Well, we don't like cold water. So
unwillingly
that's
doing
problem
it
number
during buds. You're right. We did it over at my neighbor's pool. He came up with an idea. He's like, hey, let's all, of course, this is like Saturday after a couple beers. Let's all cold plunge every day next week. And we did it on Monday, and it died in the vine right then and there because it was really cold. But and I'm a pussy. But I need to start doing it again.
Yeah.
How often do you do it?
I try to do it 3 times a week.
Really?
Yeah.
How long do you do it for?
4 minutes at 39.
4
40.
minutes.
Yeah.
I think I did it a minute. It was cold.
Yeah.
But 49, I don't know.
You get benefits at 50 degrees,
Really?
And I mean, there's so many different studies and protocols out there.
Yeah.
We obviously we haven't labeled one like this is FireIce protocol,
Yeah.
right? Because we're not doctors.
Uh-huh.
But hopefully soon we'll start getting some data in the future where like, if we get say 500 veterans have these modalities and they're willing to share like obviously testimonials of how it's changed or helped their pain or mental clarity or whatever it is, that'd be great. But at the end of the day, like we know these modalities are scientifically proven to help you physically and mentally, which is awesome because that's what a lot of guys need. But also these are our vehicles to like make sure guys are good to go. Like they got purpose, they're not in a corner somewhere.
Have you guys developed any sort of, I'm like call it aftercare, but more of like a cohort for like guys that you drop it off of? Like for example, I don't know the other, hundreds of guys that you've done this for, but I would assume think that everyone, is in a similar mental state at certain times. How do those guys learn about each other and communicate?
Yeah, we haven't taken that step yet. We've talked to some folks that have another organization that they're willing to let us potentially use their
platform,
app, if you will. But it's something we want to massage. But right now, I just keep track of, like our end of install photos where Derek and I and the individual save those pictures, right? So it's like I want a physical scrapbook of face, name, and like if they ever need anything, we got them on distro, and I want to get to the point where like every holiday, like Christmas, like they get something from FireIce,
I think it'd also be good to, I watched you put together that sauna day, and then I'm going to move it to Kentucky, so I'm going to watch one, do one, and now I could teach one if I do a third. But further on down the line, once you guys have more jobs at hand, I think it'd be a good thing to call on folks that already have them. Like, hey, Sam, so and so just asked for a sauna. He's getting one next month. He's an hour away. I need you to do me a solid and go put it together and talk
Pay
to him.
It yeah. That's what we do express to the guys that have gotten them.
Yeah, I would do that in a heartbeat.
The kind of the hurdle with it is some guys maybe don't want to be broadcasted that they're like they're asking for that stuff. Haven't really ran into that yet. But we did. We had a gentleman come out to another gentleman's, and it was good. It was one of my favorites actually because they were friends. And they were both recipients, and it was really good time. We plunged together, and we talked about the dedications. And that should definitely cover that. But every kit that we give on the cold plunge or sauna both get a plaque in memory of the recipients choosing brother, friend. So we memorialize them on there to honor them, and usually gets pretty good because guys immediately go into like the deep stare of the name,
right back to that spot in 2 seconds. Can you? Fuck me.
And then they just it's really
I'm gonna be
really good.
Completely honest. When you hung the plaque today, I didn't look at it and read it initially on purpose.
Yeah.
Just because it makes you sad.
Yeah, for sure. But part of that too, because these modalities do work. We always say like, hey, when you walk out to the tub or walk near it, pop it open, and you're like, I don't want to get in this thing. And then you see your buddy's name there, and you're like, shit.
I didn't think about
I'm
that.
breathing.
Yeah.
I'm getting in this thing. So that's
the ultimate motivator.
Yeah, you can't even turn that down.
No. Good for you guys, man. That's so cool. So everyone, I need you to go check out Fire and Ice. And if you have anything to do with nonprofits or you donate, I know tax season's coming around, check them out. They're doing great things for great people. They got a cold plunge and a sauna out here in Tennessee, and we're going to bring it up to Jay's Ranch in Kentucky because that's where we host our Gold Star Wives Hunt. And we're looking at doing, this year, we're looking at doing 2 of them. And so it'll be put to a lot of good use up there for those amazing women. And I appreciate you guys, man. You guys are awesome.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
I really appreciate you having me on. And if anybody out there, for whatever reason, wants us to come out and bring, we have like a travel set. So we'll hit events and things and use them. Well,
absolutely.
So.
And if you're involved with a larger nonprofit and you work with smaller nonprofits and you have them under your umbrella, please check these guys out. All three guys that are involved, you, Josh, and Derek, are outstanding SEALs and outstanding human beings and great fathers. So
Appreciate it, Sam.
I appreciate you, brother. Check them out. FireIce Frogs.